Welcome. You're watching New Attitude, and I'm your host, Anastasia Rivers. First, I got to say I have a new haircut, a new attitude. I add my new attitude hairdo with my new attitude show. Welcome again to my co-host, Adansky Henry. He's also, if none of you ever side, he's also a sports reporter, my very good friend. And we're here this evening with
Lawrence Thomas Lewis.
Thank you for saying that because I would get tongue-tied with that. Welcome, Lawrence. We invited this young man because he is so talented. And we met in a peculiar kind of way. And he was doing a project. And at first I invited his father. I requested his help from his father to do a project. And next thing I know, his father said, well, my son is better than I am. So I said, okay. I was a little disappointed how he could just pull out and be like that. But then, when I see the work this young man is doing, his father was right. He's better than his father. He's really great. And No Attitude is all about highlighting all the positive things our young people are doing. And Lawrence is a college student at UVI. I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, Lawrence.
Well, as you just said, I'm a college student. I'm getting ready to graduate either this winter or summer coming.
Okay.
And I'll be graduating with a bachelor's in communications. I enjoy the communications field because there's a lot that goes into it, whether it's dealing with radio or television, and I'm getting a lot of good education at the university here.
Okay.
My passion is videography and cinematography.
Okay.
My main goals is to actually get, say, like a short film going.
Oh, wonderful.
So I'd like to actually highlight a lot about the Virgin Islands and things that I've experienced growing up here and the joy that it was.
Still is it?
Yeah, still is. It's sounding like I'm old.
And I noticed, that's why I said this young man, you've been here before. I was like the old people say, he's been here already.
And I'm a part of a family media production company, Media One Productions, and I run the video portion of Media One Production.
You hear that? He run it, and he grew up in it. How long were you from very young seeing this with your dad doing it?
It wasn't something we had originally, but it's something we picked up together.
You and your dad?
Yeah,
okay.
So it wasn't like he taught me.
Oh, okay. It's a collaboration.
Yeah, we learned together, and I was more inclined to do video, and he took up more so the photography portion.
Okay. So it goes hand in hand together,
Yeah,
really
definitely.
good. And I am proud to have you here because we can't be selfish and say, I ain't let nobody know who filming my stuff. This young man here is fantastic. What you see coming forward to you is what he is producing for New Attitude. And I'm so grateful for the fact that how we met. And Adansky was the photographer to the event. And you filmed it. This was at the Chamber of Commerce. I chaired the event, plus I also was the MC for the event, and I asked you to film. And Adansky was a photographer. I ain't giving up my photography. But I would keep you on as long as you're available. I know now with me coming out here with you, you're probably gonna get more busy, but please find some time for me, okay? And anybody that want to reach him, you could contact me if you want, and I could also get his, because I want the phone ringing off the hook for you, but so you could call me at 340-643-1583. Adansky, you want to say anything to?
I just don't know how we know you're still young, but how long you been doing the videography and so forth?
I want to say it's almost a decade.
Oh yeah, okay.
How old are you?
22.
Oh,
So
I had to think for a second.
yes.
So something you picked up from the time you was young and started with it.
But originally my main goal, and it probably still is my main goal, I do a lot of drawing and digital painting. Okay. So I've always wanted to be a graphic designer and an animator.
Okay.
So is actually my main goal.
So when you finish all this, do you plan to stay here or?
I'm gonna be here for a while, definitely. We have a big couple of jobs coming up, so I'm going to build my portfolio while I'm here.
Very good, very good. And a lot of people that leave St. Croix and go abroad, they come out on top. And to just be in a small place like St. Croix or the Virgin Island now, they excel. And I see you doing good things, big things. And I don't want you to forget that, us little people down here when you get famous.
Okay.
So based on what you said, you mentioned a while ago that you have projects. Before you even said that, I was thinking, what kind of events or what kind of stuff do you guys cover, you guys do on a regular basis?
Regularly, I would say our main jobs consist of either weddings or funerals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't really go into doing like shows and stuff like the local shows that is happening.
You doing me? You doing us?
Well,
I just messing with you.
Not specifically TV shows, but we do a lot of, say, concerts. Or
yeah, that's what I was talking
things
about.
that
Like,
happen. Yeah, we do a lot of
Oh,
those,
okay,
but
okay.
we see more weddings or funerals more often. And we do a lot of corporate work.
They're gonna film the UVI graduation.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
good thing. By the time this show, the graduation already gone because we pre-recorded, of course. But I want to send congratulations to all the graduates for UVI, the nurses. I heard the 15 nurses did the Pinan recently, and they're gonna be walking. So that's good. That's 15 more nurses that we're gonna have to care for us in the hospital. And I take my hat off to nurses because I had good treatment in Wanglu when I had a serious accident, so it's much needed. Again, congratulations. And back to you. And you said when did you hope to graduate?
It's either this winter coming or next summer.
Okay. And you're in mass communication. So what areas are your best point, and what's the more negative point? Like, for instance, what do you feel that you're doing in the classes that are much easier, and what is your obstacles?
Okay, definitely when it comes to my classes, all of my communication classes I tend to excel at, whether it's radio or public relations. But I am having definite trouble when it comes to language classes.
Okay.
So Spanish is kicking my butt.
Okay. So you have to be bilingual to at least
Learn some.
Yeah, some basic. Yeah. So that's. I know a little bit, but when it comes to the reading, and sometimes some of the stuff kind of backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what kind of confused me too, really, and that's why sometimes when you translate it kind of off.
Yeah, I mean, we sometimes we as Virginians, we put our own twist to the Spanish sometimes just to get it out,
Yes.
English.
Yeah,
Yes.
so much, but we try to make it work. But other than Spanish, any other languages you have, like French or anything that you have to?
So at the university, we're required to. It's like, say, a track. So you can choose between French and Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to take 3 of those classes for the communication degrees. A lot of other classes, they either have to take, say, 1 or just 2 of them. But 3, I'm going to do my last one now. So.
What make you decide to go UVI? Because you're already doing this so long. So what make you decide to go UVI to?
At first, I just wanted to stay home. This is where everything is. And I feel like I can get a lot of connections and networking here.
Mm-hmm.
And that translates to a lot of things when I'm actually out.
Well, I should have asked you what made you decide to go college in general. Because I know that I assume, but I don't want to assume that, so I just want you to tell me, why did you choose to go college instead of just staying home and make the money and filming and all of that you already know?
That was definitely an option, and to this day I'm pretty much still thinking about just doing that, but graduation around the corner. But I need an education.
Here it is, a smart young man. Good
Yeah, because
answer.
a lot of people will say, I already know, I already have the tools, so why should I go in a classroom and sit? You know what I mean? But
things change.
yeah, you know, and it's always good to have the educational part of it than just the skill part of it.
Exactly.
Because I mean, if you decide to leave from here, you can't walk into somebody's office and say, "Oh, I got the skills."
Yeah.
You know,
You
you
have
have
to
to have
work.
that paper to show them and say, "Hey, you know something? I did the educational side of it, but I have a lot of experience on the outside of the classroom." You know,
And
so
one thing I've definitely learned that college does help you with is opening your eyes to other things. So you may have had your mind totally set on doing this one thing. Like for instance, me, I definitely want to go into public relations now. Before college, I didn't know anything about it, and I see now how important it is in everyday life or business commerce. So from taking those classes, I've actually wanted to look into going to public relations.
And you know, also along the line, we have a lot of good athletes out there, and some apt to just go straight into the sport rather than going to college and getting the education. So this is similar to that.
Yeah.
So it is very good to at least go to college. He's still doing his work and going to college and excelling for the future. Because you don't know what the future holds after this. And like you said, they have to have that paper to show it. You know?
and you had the best of both worlds. You knew it before you went in it. We
Yeah.
still
So you
went
just-
into it, and you know it's easier for you. You know, so I mean, hats off to you for taking that initiative to say, you know, it's not about making the money. It's about, you know, and not thinking that you know it all. Let me just go in the classroom. Because like you said, there's a lot more to that side. Because like you said, if you don't have that relationship that you could mend with the public, then what? If you can't relate to somebody, how are you going to be out there?
Exactly.
And one of the best examples out there is like NBA players. A lot of them are business people and went to college. And they have
Exactly.
a lot
That's
more
my
to
point.
rely on.
That's the point I was trying to make. So they have something to fall back on. Some get injured. If they didn't go college, some of them get injured, and what they have after. So you have to at
Absolutely.
least something to fall onto, you know. So tell me, you have anything you'd like to share with anybody that with young people that may be interested in pursuing what you're doing, the skills, and even if it's an older person, because do you have older people in the class?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so
Definitely.
share your advice to anyone that may be interested and what steps they have to take to pursue this.
Well, if you're gonna pursue media production, you definitely gonna need to start off with an interest. Otherwise, it's just gonna be like a menial task. So you have to have an actual passion for it. And then the next thing I would tell you is to study. And what I mean by studying is you look at other people and what they're doing. You don't copy, but you study. So you can take some of what they're doing, make it your own.
Like a recipe.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people shy away from actually starting because they don't have the equipment. But I would advise against that because I've seen marvelous movies shot on an iPhone. So you have movie making tools in your back pocket. So you don't have much of an excuse to start going.
Just have to have the passion.
Definitely.
Okay, so passion. What else you said? Study.
Education.
And of course, study what people doing to mix it with yours, and as well as the literature and information they give you to study.
Yeah.
So how you doing? You recently had exam. How you think you did?
I passed my exams. I passed all of my classes. I have a GPA of 3.47, I believe.
Good. Very good.
So my final question is what's in the future for Lawrence? The near future, I should say, you know.
Near future for me, I definitely would want to continue working on a lot of those corporate jobs to continue building up my resume. Eventually, if I don't get to franchise my company and spread out a bit, I would definitely take what I know, my skill sets and my knowledge, especially of the Virgin Islands, to abroad and see what I can do to help out and what type of jobs are available there.
Good. But going back to it, what type of subjects other than the filming area that you have to take up? You had filming and language, but what are other subjects you have to take up?
Any UVI student has a set of general education classes that you must take, and some of the primary ones were like social science with a concentration on the Caribbean, so that went over things like Caribbean history. There were English classes. I had to take about 3 or 4 of them, so they make sure that you're rooted and you have, say, proper grammar, especially when it comes to writing. There are classes where you do desktop publishing.
Okay.
So you learn a lot of things on how to type things up or compose things to present to, say, teachers or companies.
What school did you graduate from? What high school?
I graduated from the Seventh-day Adventist High School.
Okay, all right. So big up to the product from 7 Days Adventist. This is a product, and congrats on that. Now, the reason why I ask is because I know I'm concerned about the VI history. Do your school give a lot of VI history?
Definitely.
Good, because we're going to study Caribbean, so we have to know home first. So I just was curious about that, you know. I am a fan of history, especially VI history. And you know, when you're traveling different places, you like to know about the culture there just to feel it. But reading it is, you know, learning it is even better because you get a better experience. And at least when you go abroad, you could tell people about where you're from and not just the basic,
the things
you know. Yes, so it's a good thing.
And you'll be surprised, and I'm talking from experience.
Oh, Lord.
With the amount of travels I've had in sports and life and a whole, when you tell people you're from the Virgin Islands, first thing they heard about the Virgin Islands, when you tell them St. Croix, they're lost.
Yes.
And some of the questions that you're asked, if you
God.
don't know about where you come from, then but I've sit and had conversations as far back as Christopher Columbus with people when I'm away. So knowing where you're from, where your roots, the history,
exactly,
to me is important, because when you go places, you could tell people like this is what happened on St. Croix.
Because in the States especially, they can't visualize us going from one island to the next. They could only relate to driving on the highway and the route this and route that, and they can't just grasp that going from in a plane to land here. So they think we just go by boat and whatnot. So it's good to school them, and let them understand we are privileged, because we could fly and go there, and yet we could come here and enjoy our beach and our nice Caribbean island, fresh air, so it's a good thing. But back to you in your education, and I'm very proud of you and what you're doing. Your mannerism, that's gonna get you a long way too, because you can't be gangsterish in the and he's such a cool person, very cooperative and flexible, and that's good. And he's prompt with his work. Unless he's gonna be late, he lets me know, which is a good thing, But to just leave me hanging, I don't like that. So at least let me know, and I feel comfortable working with him. So I recommend him to anybody, but I had him first. Whoever been before me, fine. But anybody come after me, you got wait behind it. But again, if you want to produce something good, this is a number one. I can't leave out Mr. Brown. Eustace Brown was my original, but he's busy with his church, and I bless him and with that, so he could come and help me whenever he can. But he's an elder in his church, 7 days as well, and he has a lot of responsibility. So we're flexible with each other, working as a team. So I'll never let him go either. All right, so I want to thank you again for giving me the time to show you off. That's what I wanted to do, show you off to the public, our viewing audience, see what we got here in the Virgin Islands. Like I said, No Attitude is all about highlighting positive things and people in the community.
Yeah.
So, and talking about positive, his son is back from college. I hope to have him on. His son goes to where he
Lane College in
yes,
Tennessee.
And he's into sports. So again, I hope he'll be able to come on before he leave.
So yeah, he'll be here for the whole summer, but
why talking about on the show to show him off too?
Yeah.
Again, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. And he is filming us while he's sitting here, so he's on. All right, thank you, and we'll be right back with a few notes and messages. Back. You're watching New Attitude, and I'm your host, Anastasia Rivers.
And a Dansky co-host.
If you're just tuning in, you missed a nice interview with our camera person, Mr. Lawrence, and a college student at UVI, and we were proud to share what he's doing and the great things that he's doing with himself and is preparing for his future. And right now, we're going to talk about our up-and-coming event, and the first one is what we got here.
Well, coming up, our first annual Lamonique Berrios Scratch Tournament, bowling tournament that is, coming up on July 27, 2019 at the Tropical 10-Pin Center. We're going to have this tournament, and the proceeds are going to go, we're going to have prizes, but of course the proceeds are going to go towards Lamonique Berrios going after college and giving her college scholarship and helping her out with going to college and so forth. We have registration fee of $50 and includes a t-shirt and a light snack at the tournament. So
drinks will be on sale.
Yeah, drinks will be on sale. You have to patronize the bowling alley, of course.
Yes.
So
I want to thank Farrell Jr. for accommodating us on that day. We already booked the day. All we need now is some sponsors to help us to with the proceeds that we're gonna benefit Lamonique. Also, we're gonna have our No Attitude, gonna have a little bowling class for people that want to have this little extra time to learn how to bowl. We're doing that for ages 15 to 17 for the teens, and for adults 18 and up. So you could contact us at 340-643-1583. So, and for those of you who don't know Lamonique, this is Lamonique Coach. He's going to tell you a little bit about Lamonique.
Well, let me start by saying Lamonique, what can I say? She's a very awesome individual outside of bowling. She's very smart. I mean, if you ever get to know her, you ever heard when we spoke about her, we honored her. She's smart. She has good grades. She's an honest student. But before this, I think 6 days before this tournament that we're doing in honor of her, she'll be coming back from the Junior Gold Tournament, which we're traveling to in July, leaving on the 11th, come back on the 21st. She's competing in the U17 division. And we were training last night. We do weight training on Tuesdays. But let me just say, I spoke to her every time we get together, I speak to her and tell her, I think this. Let me say something to the Virgin Islands. Don't be surprised that this year you hear and you see big things about this young lady. 2 years ago, she competed in the U15 division. She came 97. Last year, she competed in the U20 division. She came 94. This year, she's competing in the U17 division, which Junior Gold created a new division, the U17. So she's now competing against her own age, 17 and 16-year-olds.
But before that, she competed against professionals.
Yes, and in November 2018, she went to Las Vegas and competed in the World Series of World Cup of Bowling, which consists of women who bowl for that's their life, that's their job, and she came 40th position out of 70 women. So
that's a winner to me.
with Junior Gold creating this new division where they've made it more compact, I could see she taking. I wouldn't say anything different. I could see she taking this to the top. So if you can, whether you could bowl or you can bowl, come out to this tournament on July 27th. I mean, let's celebrate her going after college. She'll be leaving in August. I don't know what day. To Sam Houston. She's committed to Sam Houston in Texas. And I mean, she's going to join the bowling team. They're already waiting for her.
Okay.
So, I
So,
mean,
don't just wait until she get famous to do a ticker-take parade and all of that. You do it and recognize her now by coming out and sponsoring or participating, and like Adansky mentioned, we're gonna have prizes. We're gonna have cash prizes. We're gonna have also for the top 3 female, they're gonna get special prizes. It won't be cash, but it'll be special prizes from New Attitude. And this main thing is to just encourage other young people. You know, when our young people do well, we have to back them up. You know, don't leave all the responsibility on the parents. We got the senators out there. We got Stacey Plaskett, our Congress lady, and we have our governor, lieutenant governor. Tourism, everybody need to pitch in, because when she go out there, she put in Virgin Island on her back with the flag. So please support this young lady. Don't just say, oh, she's doing a good job and she's from the VI. Show her that you're supporting her. Come out and this will be on like July 27th.
July 27th. Yeah.
And that will be at the Tropical 10 Pin from 2 o'clock. But you have to call us ahead of time, register. You could call me at 340-643-1583 or Dansky
At 513-3819.
Okay, so this is you got to register on or before July 17th is the deadline. On or before, and pay up and get your T-shirt. Once you pay up, then we'll work on your T-shirt.
Yeah, and one thing I failed to mention, I did mention she's going to Junior Gold, but we have 7 other of our junior bowlers actually attending the Junior Gold.
Well, let's hear the name.
Tournament. Let me start with the young ladies. Like I said, Lamonique Berrios, there's Janelle Santos, and Ayana Henry, which is my first daughter.
Oh yeah, wow, congrats!
And then we have the young men. We have, starting with the oldest, we have Enbiko Bori.
Okay.
We have Ronel Shang. We have Elijah Greenidge and LeBron James.
LeBron James. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And everybody gonna say, I hope you do good like LeBron James. But he probably gonna make his own name.
Yeah, he's a LeBron James of bowling.
All right, good. So congratulations, and I hope you're gonna give me because you're gonna be one of the chaperones going there.
Yes, I'm actually the head coach of junior bowling, so I'll be going along with Mr. Charles Moorhead, one of my other coaches, and hopefully we can Charles Richards to go with us too, to assist the kids on the lanes, and we have some of the staff and parents also going with us. So
good. So don't forget, July 27 at Tropical 10 Pin. Sign up or come on out and support the whole. She's not gonna bowl. No. Because this is in to benefit her, but she'll come out and be there to hand out the prizes. So again, we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back. You're watching New Attitude, and I'm your host, Anastasia Rivers, and my co-host,
Adansky
Henry. We have a special guest, but this time it's a phone interview with Nia Jack, a superstar in the track and field, and she's a college student at Alabama, right? Alabama State. Welcome, Nia.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. I want to put it out there. Nia is my little cousin, and she grew up calling me grandma because of my granddaughter calling me grandma. So I'm cousin grandma. And I'm very proud of you, Nia. Adansky is here as the sport reporter, and he's gonna ask you a few questions. You know me, I'm on the personal side, so proud of you and everything, but I want Dansky and you to go into details of what you're doing up there in Alabama State. And of course, her mother is Deborah Jack. I must say Deborah Jack Hodge, and her dad is Walton Jack.
And yes, and I know her younger brother, who's also Walton Jack, who plays baseball.
And we call him Wal.
Yep, Wally. So.
And who she have what's the other brother name?
I have two older brothers,
Malachi
and my older sister Maya.
And Maya, yes. We can't leave them out because all of them are just one clan.
Yep, that's the family. So,
that's right.
You wouldn't be where you are today if it wasn't for the family. Because once you have that family support, that's what you always succeed in life.
Exactly.
But let me just say about in February I brought to you the public her first outstanding track meet that she did. So let me tell you what recently happened. Miss Nia Jack ran the SWAC tournament. It was the SWAC tournament again, right? The SWAC championships?
Yes, SWAC championships.
And she ran the 100 meter and 200 meter where she took first place. She has 3 gold medals. Could you tell us what all divisions those gold medals are in?
The 100 meter, the 200, and the 4x1 relay.
Yes. And you put up some personal best. I have it here. In the 100 meter, you did 11:65, and in the 200 meter, it was a 23:73. And I mean, I saw one of the videos on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
That was the 200.
Yes, and I mean, I used to run track, but I don't think I would. I might have asked Nia for a foot race, but. After seeing her run, I changed my mind. I won't do that. But tell us, what is it like to be on top of the track world right now?
I mean, it feels amazing being able to show the world what the talent that the Virgin Islands have. It's kind of different for me because being that I'm from the Virgin Islands, everybody else who's on my team has more experiences competing against people our age because they are in the States, so like they know the different people. But for me, I just have to go out there and just run my best.
Make your name.
And with that said, it's kind of funny how life is, because like I mentioned earlier before we came on the phone with you, Lamoni Bears trains with me on Tuesday when we do weights and stuff. And my son was there, and we was talking, since he experienced college already, he was giving us some advice. And he said, one thing he said to her was, being from the Virgin Islands, we have the raw talent, and a lot of people underestimate us.
Exactly.
And he told her, don't ever go to college and make or feel that they are better than you.
Right.
And this, what you're showing us, and based on what my son also said, what I've seen with him in college, they're not better than us. We are just as talented as them. The only difference is they do it every day, but we have the raw talent.
More resources.
Yep,
imagine what would have come out if we had the resources, like Nia said. If we had the resources and be able to get this practice. And that's why we need to get the resources. We need to invest in our young people, and don't just wait for them to leave from here to excel. Start invest in them here so that they could have a jump start, and nobody could catch up with them after you get a jump start.
And you see what happens? Now she's in that element and she gets to do it every day. She's now exploding.
Exactly.
And that's what happens with our kids. Once we get there, we stay disciplined, and they get the same access to the same resources that the stateside kids have. They explode. This is what happens. 3 gold medals, and personal best. So what's next for Nia Jack?
I'm going to regionals next week, Monday, in Jacksonville, Florida. The 4x1 team qualified to make it to the regionals round. So we'll be competing on Saturday the 25th.
Good luck. Even though you don't need it. Just stay healthy, get well rested, eat well before you go. And you know what? You know the 9 yards. But let's go back to how you started track and what encouraged you or what enticed you about track. What made you want to take up track?
I used to race against my classmates and schoolmates in 6th grade in elementary. And I was in summer camp and they always used to make me race them. So usually they have like a scholastic track and field like league.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to join the team, the elementary team at Pearby Larson. And then one of the coaches, he saw me running and then he asked me to join his team. And I've been running ever since.
Okay. Well, if you notice, she mentioned Pearby Larson. Nia was born in St. Croix, but she relocated to St. Thomas, so she's a product of both of the Virgin Island in general. And you graduated from which school? Junior high here?
I went to St. Mary's in junior high,
Mm-hmm.
and then complex.
Okay. So you finished high school in St. Thomas?
No, it's in Croix.
Oh, okay.
Complex.
All right, good. And then you went off to college from here?
Yes.
All right, okay.
So tell us what's the college life like as an athlete?
It feels like I have a job with no income.
That coming soon. And you know what's gonna
You have
happen?
to work hard. You have to know how to balance
Yes.
schoolwork, and you have to be able to wake up and go practice every day. Somebody's not going to be next to you. Your parent is not going to be next to you telling you it's time to wake up. You have to discipline yourself.
Here, my Nia, no, all grown up. That's wonderful. And I must say that your mom, she is fantastic. I don't know how she did it with all your siblings, but every sport that each one of you were in, she was there. Mm-hmm. She came, she showed up, and she supports, she traveled with you and all of that. But it's going to pay off in the long run. Because then when you get famous and start pulling in the bucks, you could pay for her to travel with you. What do you say?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, when you start pulling in the bucks and doing great, you'll be able to pay for her to travel everywhere you go.
Yes, I don't mind.
I know. And by then she's going to be retired from the police
I'll be
department.
traveling with my best friend.
Huh?
I said I will be traveling with my best
Oh,
friend.
wonderful. Yes, sir. I'm very proud of you and proud of what you're doing. And I'm sure the rest people that are listening and seeing you with your trophy is just as proud. Even people that don't know you, just the fact that you're from the VI, people out in the States are watching that will be seeing us on noattitudetv.com, our website. So I hope people would, log in and like us on Facebook so you could see more of Nia. We're going to have her on some more and follow up on you, Nia.
Okay.
So Nia, one last question. With how could we stay? How should I put it? How could we keep up with your stats and your running and everything? I know last time we spoke, you gave me a website. So if you want to give it to us again, so we could kind of follow you and see what's going on with the track meets.
Okay, the website is tfrrs.org.
So again,
tfrrs.org.
Okay.
Okay.
And anyone who wants to follow her, you go on that website, and you can follow anybody that's running track and see where she is. But we want to follow our local.
Well, we're going to be doing exclusive with our local. We just got to be that way because they're already highlighting a lot of people out there. We have to highlight our people.
Of course.
Not taken away from others, but we have to.
And right now, you what's your status in college?
I just finished my junior year. I have one more year in college as an undergrad.
Okay. What's your major? What you majoring in?
Recreational therapy.
Okay. That's good. Fall into place, and then you could, because of your sport, your experience in sport, you could relate to all the athletes and help to mend them, which is good.
And after we bowl, we don't need some therapy, right, Stacey? Yeah. So you could come and help us.
Last night I bowled, and even though I'm not in the best of shape and physically because of injuries, but it's a relaxation for me, and we took all 4. We took all 4.
So so you say you're supposed to graduate when 2000?
Excuse me?
You're supposed to graduate in when 2020?
2020.
2020.
Okay, wonderful.
And hopefully we could have you on before you graduate.
Yes. So after you graduate, that's it for you competing?
Not really, because I'm still on the VI national team, so I can still compete.
Okay. So we're looking at Olympics?
That's the plan.
Yes. Okay. So again, I want to thank you for taking this time out, because I know you had your practice and everything going on. So again, I'm so proud of you. Love you very much.
Thank you, love you too.
Okay.
And thank you for joining us and giving us the opportunity to, show you off to the world and tell them about yourself and so forth. And like I said, we keep up the good work and, make us proud.
Thank you.
Okay. There you have it. That's Nia Jack, one of VI track stars, doing great things and representing herself and her family as well as the VI. So we're going to be bringing on more positive things in the future. But we'll be right back with one last note of an event that we have coming up.
Welcome back to New Attitude. I'm your co-host Sadansky Henry with my host here, Stacey Rivers. And one thing, we want to mention another upcoming tournament, which is a good way off, but we want to get you all ready. The pool guys want to get them practicing because we want this to be a big one. We're having the Claudia Peterson second annual 9-ball tournament coming up in January 12th, 2020.
As a matter of fact, that's his birthday. That was his birthday.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
So it'll be held on Claudia Peterson's birthday. It'll be held at the Corner Pocket. Of course, there'll be prizes. We won't mention the prizes as yet. But we have registration fee of $50, including t-shirt and food at the venue. And of course, you have to patronize the venue's bar. So we just want to mention that coming up. The deadline for registration is coming up is January 15th, 2020. So for all the pool players, guys, you're there. If you know anybody who's watching, if you know anybody who plays pool, let them know this event is coming up.
We're going to be giving billiard classes here at New Attitude. So we're going to have the bowling and the pool. So it's all entwined with our parent and teen workshop, where we're going to be doing different activities with the parents and the teen, and the parents could team up with the children and learn different things and learn family bonding and, get a closer relationship with the children. At least it's going to be the last Saturday of every month. So we're not going to tie up your whole Saturday, the last Saturday of every month. So we want you all to register for Claudia Peterson tournament and still register for the Parent and Teen Workshop, which starts in September until June. So you could register until August, Yeah. And then you could register. We're going to give you more information about registering, but the deadline to register for the Parent and Teen Workshop is June 4th. And we'll give you more information. You could call us at 340-643-1583 or
513-3819.
Yes. And we will be giving more information on that. So you got the bowling tournament, the pool tournament, and the parent and teen workshop. And this will help the workshop not only help with the family bonding, it also we're going to have a way of teaching the kids different skills, and the parents could go along and do it too. We're going to have like I said, we're also going to have cooking and sewing. We're going to have, so different skills that we don't have going on. So the parents could do it. And me as a retired police, I could tell you that it's much needed. Parents are very busy sometimes, but I'm just asking you to find out one day in a month to come here and do something with your child, get to know how your child interact with others and make new friends at the same time. So it's a friendly and comfortable environment, and we're going to have other activities, fundraising, and also a scholarship. So here you're going to hear more about No Attitude Parent and Teen Workshop. Okay,
yes.
So
that's it for sports. And like Stacey said, I mean, it's when you do some kind of teamwork with your child, you'll be surprised what your child gets out of it and what they accomplish from there on. Because I mean, I love working with kids, and sometimes they're not even my kids, but then when you really work with them, you see what they're about. So
exactly, and you mentioned that we spoke about we had La Monique. La Monique is that way because of her parents. Not only that her skills, but her parents' support. They were there supporting her all the time. Nia, parents support. We got some talented kids out there, but when they look out there and the parents are not there, they just lose interest. But once the parents are participating in whatever they do, the children excels.
Yep.
They
try their best. Yep.
Yes. So I'm giving back to the community by offering this, but it can't be free. So there's a registration fee to sign up, and we'll give you all that information. And the only way we could fund it, we will need some sponsors, and you could call us at that number, or you could check our website at noattitudetv.com to see more what we do. And I want to thank you for watching. But first, do you have anything else you want to add? What about the bowling?
Oh, well, yes, we have some bonus stats from
Yes.
this week. And one thing I forgot to mention when we was talking about the La Monique Bears tournament, just so everybody know, since La Monique can't bowl, I will be bowling.
Of course. Yeah.
So you have to fight with me, because I'm trying to win my student first tournament. I'm going to try my best to win it.
Yes, that would be cool.
So, but yes, this week in bowling. But first, before I mention bowling, let me just say we have the St. Croix Men's AA tournament. League started 3 weeks ago. Go out on Saturdays and Sunday at 3 o'clock at the Canagator Ballpark. The Giants men at their best. The young boys come up from college. They're also playing.
What time
come
it
out
start?
and watch. It starts at 3 o'clock on Sundays, Saturday and Sundays. Go out and watch the games. Support the men playing baseball.
Great.
In bowling this week on Monday night, the men's league, we had some good games and some bad games. But this week we had Pin Travelers and VI Sons split 2-2. They were long. They bowled against the Bay, which the Bay is the imaginary team, a ghost team. You bowl against yourself. They won 3, lost 1 to the Bay. Generation Triple X bowled against Power Station. Generation Triple X won 4 games. Element of Surprise won 4 games over the New Kids, and Strictly Business 1.5 games. Rough Already 2.5 games. Our top bowlers for the night was Charles Richard with a 247, Alwyn Baptiste with a 243, and Ronald Osborne with a 225. Top series for the night went to Steve Paris with a 693 series. And on Tuesday night, which is the men's and women's mixed league, we start off with Richie's Trucking, went split 2-2 with Secret Weapon. Strikers went 3 games over Spear Change. Strike Force went 3 games over Mash Them Up. Classic 4 lost 4 games to Family Plus.
Of course.
Sweet Attack won 3 games over Barracudas 3-1, and Crank It split 2-2 with Risk Takers. Our top male bowlers for the night was Gene Shang with a 256, Steve Paris with a 245, Dave Johnson with a 235, and the top male bowler series for the night was a 690. Goes out to Gene Shang.
Dave is my teammate, so I have to Dave Johnson.
Yeah, he's mine on Monday night, so we both share a teammate. For the ladies, top lady bowlers for the night, 207, Leah Christian with a 207, Elaine Springer with a 195, and Sid O'Reilly with a 180. Top Lady Bowler Series for the night was a 547 by Elaine Springer. So congratulations to all the top bowlers for Monday and Tuesday night. And I invite anyone to come with a Tropical 10 pins on a Monday and Tuesday night and watch us bowl. And I think there'll be a few empty lanes. You could come out and bowl too and, enjoy yourself.
I must mention you have here that Secret Weapon is first place,
Yes.
and Crank It is second, and Family Plus is third. We can't go all the way down to 12, but those are the top three. And I put that in because Family Plus is third place, and we moving up.
Yes, on Monday night, our top team is, first three teams is Generation Triple X in first, Element of Surprise in second, and Pin Travelers in third. So we still have, I think, 8 weeks in the leagues coming up, and it'll be some tight ones coming on the wire. So
Yes.
Thank you for joining us for the sports edition and New Attitude.
Thank you for watching.